Welcome to another CTV Sports presentation. CTV Sports is brought to you by St. Clair Chevy Buick GMC. We care. By Murphy Inn Restaurant and Hotel in St. Clair. By North Star Bank, North Star, guiding the way. By Neiman's Family Market. By St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware. And by CTV, Community TV for Marine City and St. Clair.
Good evening, everybody. Craig Zimmerman, Jesse Laboon on a Saturday evening edition, week number 10, playoff time. The Clawson Trojans are in town. Mariners come into the game 7-2. Clawson Trojans 6-3. And Jesse, we met them in week 6 and played them to a 28-8 victory.
Yeah, it was a pretty error-prone first half. Hoping the Mariners can come out a little bit better, a little crisper than they did in the beginning of that game. I think the only score in the second half was a touchdown by Clawson. So I think we headed into halftime 28-2 that game.
We'll go over the offense and defensive starters. The Trojans won the toss, chose to defer, so the Mariners will receive for the opening kickoff. On the Mariners offensive side, at the end positions, number 10, sophomore Mason Walker. At the other end, number 5, junior Derek Landis. The tackles tonight will be Tanner Mason, number 64, a junior, and Josh Headley, 58, a junior. The guards tonight, Derek Schlottman, number 68, a sophomore, and Vinny Gaetan, number 54, a senior. Center tonight, Trevor Knox, number 59, a junior. And the backfield will be Angelo Petsalis, number 2, a junior. Jack Kretschmar, number 7, a senior. Aaron Soph, number 32, a junior at halfback. And rounding out the offense will be number 9, Colby Walker, the junior quarterback. About ready to get underway, and we'll come back for the defense in a moment. Kicking off for the Trojans, Joe Shields. We're underway here, week 10.
Kicked off to our starburst.
No idea who's got it here.
Far
up the
side.
middle.
Oh, yeah.
Up the middle, not much there, but a 3-yard return. Kretschmar on the return.
It's like number 13, Tristan Perry for the Clawson Trojans in on the tackle.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. You want to go over the defensive starters?
Sure, on the defensive side of the ball, at defensive end, you've got Josh Headley. Defensive tackle positions, Mason Beal, Tristan Johns, and Vinny Gaetan. The other defensive end position, you got Devin Gorniak. The linebacker positions, you got Mason Walker and Wyatt Walker. At your safety positions, Angelo Patsalis, Wes Uplegger. And at your corner positions, Jack Kretschmar and Childs Tiger.
Here we go, Kretschmar and Soph in the backfield. Man in motion's Patsalis. Left side.
Good hold there by the offensive line.
Looked
Excellent.
like Soph on the carry. No, it was Patsalis on the carry up to the 30-yard line.
Number 9, Jacob Butler on the tackle. Boy, that was just an excellent execution there by the offensive line. That was a huge hole there for the first play of the game for the Mariners on the ground.
7 yards in the first carry. 2nd and 3. 3-man backfield. Unbalanced to the near side. Left side up the sideline, 30, 35, 40, cut back. Patsalis up to the 45, change the move.
Number 3 for the Trojans there on the tackle, Emerald Moore. Boy, nice cutback there. He had 3 guys to beat. That was a well-timed cutback there. Another half a step, and we might have seen 6 there, Craig.
1st and 10 from the 45. Mariners played this will be the 8th game against the Trojans. Are perfect in their life here at 7-0. Wide out to the right, 1 to the left, 2-man backfield. Pitch right, Soph.
Goes to the outside.
Got a hold. And that'll come back. Maybe they'll decline it since there's no gain. I don't know. They're going to take it back. Give the Mariners an additional down. I don't think I would give Marine City an additional down at this point.
Not that. That's your first basically tackle for a loss, you know,
Right.
or close to a line of scrimmage. I'm not sure I would do the
So it'll be a
same, yeah.
1st and 20.
Oh, they're going to take him back. Well, yeah, we didn't get much time there to talk about the kickoff, but I was surprised to see him kick to him there, Craig.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, them is coming out with a lot of confidence, thinking that they can hold the Mariners to that starburst.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. 1st and 22 for the Mariners. Slot left is Petsalis. He goes in motion. This time we got Soph. Gets about 4, maybe 5.
It's like Nick Oda and Jacob Butler also on the tackle together for the Trojans.
Second and 18, maybe?
Again,
Yep.
Craig, a little windy, a little rainy situation here. The last time we played them, there was quite a bit of rain coming down, so I was surprised to see, you know, passing on the first set of downs there for the Trojans. So we'll see when the Mariners decide to air it out here.
Game time temperature 41 degrees, still a little rain out there. Rolling, throws, caught. Kretschmar, ooh. They're saying fumble or no?
No.
Yes, they are. Fumble, and Clawson will take over 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looked like he was down by then.
Yeah, it sure did.
I don't know if we got a replay. I don't know that it matters, but special thank you to our crew in the booth: Paul Dingeman, Bruce Holliday, Kenny Young, Peter Severini, Dave Shields, Austin Barney, and that's the crew in the booth. 1st and 10, they're spawning at the 39-yard line. Winner goes on to play the Harper Woods team next week. Loser goes home.
All or nothing here.
Yep.
See if the Mariners can perform defensively like they did last game. Boy, I think they had 3 goal line stints there.
Blazing the quarterback, man in motion this time is 9 Butler. Ooh,
batted down.
Almost intercepted.
Oh, he's calling it. He's not calling it down.
No, he's calling it down.
It took a
Headley
while
was
to
in
find
his
his
face.
whistle.
He was in his face, that one, huh?
It sure was.
Not even close.
Good job to get his arms up and swap that ball down.
Wow.
Could have just as easily came down with it.
Yeah, you almost intercepted it.
Dropped his, and I wasn't paying attention to that far side. It's almost like he was unblocked. Pretty sure that I'd be getting a man on number 58. It's a big boy to leave unblocked through there. It's going to be a long night for their quarterback to keep that up.
2nd and 10 from the 39. Trips to the far side.
Headley on that defensive end position, far side.
They got a guy there now, but then see if the guy from this end comes over. Throw. Oh, incomplete.
A foot high there.
Yeah. Notice how quick he got rid of it?
Yeah, almost an interception there for number 6, Wes Upliger there in the defensive secondary for the Mariners.
Landis was on the other end.
Yeah, that's the thing. He didn't take a shot there, got swatted down, but already you think you might be in the quarterback's head like, hey, I've got a sense of urgency. I've got to get rid of this ball.
Right. 3rd and 10 from the 39-yard line. You can hear Coach Frent there in our microphone on the sidelines. Blazing from the gun. It's got a slot guy to the left. Trips. Throws deep.
Nobody there.
Nope.
Well, he got hit again by Headley and Devin Gorniak there as he threw the ball. So already the pressure of the defensive line, they're getting to the quarterback for the Trojans.
4th and 10.
That was certainly a rushed pass. He threw it 5-6 yards, way overthrown.
See if they don't seem to be punt formation. I wonder if they'll pooch it.
Yeah, they run that goofy punt formation, right? You don't really drop back the punter.
Sort of gives you, from the offensive side, gives you a no return in most cases. 4th and 10 from the 39. Clawson's first shot of offense after turnover early by the Mariners. Blazing from the gun. Trips to the far side, man in motion.
Try a little
Throws
screen
immediately.
pass there.
Picks up about 5, maybe 6. Mariners will take over on downs from the 32-yard line.
He tried that play quite a few times in the previous game, Craig, and the Marine City Mariners just do an excellent job of defending against it. So after a first possession by each team, we still remain scoreless. A fumble by the Mariners and a turnover on downs on the Trojans.
Mariners have scored 299 points this year to the Clawson Trojans 282, and Mariners have given up 122, and the Trojans have given up 130, so fairly even matched in those numbers. This will be the 20th time in 21 years Mariners in the playoffs, Week 10. Man in motion, Pitsalis up the
First
gut.
man through, he's gone.
Yes, he is.
He's got nobody to beat.
Kretschmar, 40, 35, 30, 35, 20, 25, 10.
He's get there.
Touchdown, Mariners from scrimmage, 1st and 10 from the 33.
He turned the gas on there. He got back there. He just couldn't catch him.
67-yard run. Jack Kretschmar from the line of scrimmage. Looked like the guy almost had a shot
He was
to get
catching him there, but he kept the gas on, kept faded to the outside. He just couldn't catch him.
Great job, the offensive line there, breaking the hole. Number 3 there. Moore almost caught him. Right there. Good stiff arm. Yep. Point after for the Mariners. Angus Houston. Snap looks good, hold looks good, and the kick is good. 7-0 Mariners on top early. There goes the cannon. The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and CTV Channel 6. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and CTV Channel 6, St. Clair.
Mariners quickly come out and execute on their first play of their second possession, Craig, and go up 7-0. We saw in the first possession they had some pretty good holes there. The offensive line is executing well, so it's no surprise that Jack Kretschmar get through that first set of defensemen and bust that 67-yard run for a touchdown with nobody to catch him, really.
Well, when you look at this offensive line, they may be young in a couple spots, but this is Week 10, so they're really a year into it almost.
Yeah, they're not young anymore. They think that they've learned, and I think they've adapted well. They've played some good competition this year.
Yep.
And they've been humbled. They took a couple losses, and you go back to work that week and you bust your butt and you learn from it, and that's why we're here in Week 10 in playoffs.
Houston to kick. Perry along with Shields deep for the Trojans. High, mid kick to about the 20. 13 Perry. Up the gut to about the 25-yard line. See what the Mariner defense can do on the other side of the field.
Wes Upliger credit with the tackle on that kickoff.
Where you don't have 4 downs to get anything.
Yeah, you force them to a 3 and out. That's one less you have to defend against, basically.
Yeah, the previous 4 downs speaks for itself, the fact that they didn't get a yard. Naguski split out to the near side, 2 to the far side. Blazing from the shotgun with 2 slots, 1 man in motion.
Little pitch.
Oh, almost picked behind the line of scrimmage.
Still up there.
He's going to pick up a lot of yards on his own. Should have been tackled a couple times. Chains will move, picks up about 16 on the play.
Yeah, they had good contact there in the backfield. We've got a flag here. We'll be back at the 30, Craig.
Probably a hold.
But Mariners definitely had some black jerseys on them. Yep, hold against the offense.
That's why he got all those yards.
Yeah. Well, it's still, you still had black jerseys with arms on them. I mean, at that point, you got to make that tackle.
Yeah. Got
to hang on to them and do the Gator-style roll tackle and bring them down. He basically broke 2, almost 3 tackles there and got more yards than he should have. But that's negated by a penalty on the Trojans, so I think we'll come back.
On the other side of our bracket, Harper Woods' team defeated Macomb Luther North 52-13 last evening. So Harper Woods will play the winner of this game, as we mentioned earlier. And the winner of next week's game will play the winner of Detroit Denby and Ida. They are slated to play next Friday night. 1st and 20 from the 20. 2 right, 2 left, 1 man in the backfield. Blazing from the gun with a slot man right next to him. He's got a bunch of receivers, throws hard, caught, picks up about 10, going to get down to the little original line of scrimmage.
Almost looked like he was looking to pitch that ball, Craig, once he got it in his hand. I don't know if there's somebody who was coming across there or what, but not sure. I'd
got a no huddle offense
start with
going.
that trickery with this kind of slippery conditions out here with the rain. But
going to give him 11, 2nd and 9. Nice pickup for the Trojans. Blazing keeper up the middle, got some room, give him about another 8, 9. Does he get the first down? I think he's just a tad short.
Number 1, Charles Tigert on the tackle there for the Mariners.
Can be right at the 40. I think it's his first down. It is. 1st and 10, Clawson.
First down and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Trojans waiting for their play call to be called in.
Ball spotted right at the 40. 1 man right, 2 left, and 2 slots. Blazing, handoff up the gut. Bringing it right to the Mariners, across the 45.
Headley in on the tackle. 3 or 4 Mariners there.
Yep.
He's still able to get a good chunk play on first down.
Butler on the carry.
5 or 6 yards on that.
Mariners cheerleading squad tonight. A little bit chillier than it has been normally.
Rain off and on today.
Yep.
Seems like it's turned off here for a little bit.
2nd and 4 from the 46, same formation. Goes up the
There,
gut,
nothing.
doesn't get much of anything there.
Number 9 there on a Jacob Butler again on the carry for the Trojans.
Number 9, Jacob Butler with the carry. Brought down by number 10, Mason Walker.
Walker
3rd and 3.
and
47-yard line.
3rd and 3 from the 47. Big down for the defense.
Well, they had a really, I think it was number 52. He's not on the offensive line this week. He was on the line last time we played him, Craig. Really, really big kid.
Werner comes out, got 2 right and 2 left. Werner goes in motion. Pass play across the, picks up a nice first down across midfield to the 45.
Like Tigert on the on the tackle rather. Number
Nate
16.
Vesper.
Yep.
Down by number 1, Charles Tigert.
So I was looking at a little analytics there, Craig, on as far as what they, what they run like. And I was wondering if, do they throw more against the Mariners or less? And it looked like it was about a 60-40 split against the Mariners. Everybody else is right about 50-50. So they must think that they
Blazing.
get a little more from the pass option against the Mariners.
Long count, looking to the coaches. Throws it up long. Not even, nope.
Overthrown. And again, he had
Yep.
pressure in his face there by Headley and I think Tranquita. Beal were both in the backfield there. So Headley and number 74.
Quarterback Blazing is not a real big kid. He's 6'1", 159. But not real thick kid.
Seems like he can throw the ball well. Not very accurate, but he can get the ball downfield.
Yeah, he's got an arm. You don't realize how big these quarterbacks in the NFL are until you start looking at numbers and stuff. I heard an interview with Philip Rivers today, so I went to Wikipedia. 6'5", 230. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
Up the gut.
Like number 9 on the carry for Clawson, Jacob Butler again.
Picks up maybe 2. 3rd and 8. Yeah, but these big quarterbacks in the NFL are big guys. A 6'5", 230 guy would be pretty much the biggest guy in the field right now.
Yeah, I think he would, by far be the biggest.
He'd be a linebacker in high school, in a lot of cases. 3rd and 8, 2 right, 2 left. Keeper up the middle. Cross the 40 to about the 39, bring up a 4th and about 4.
Get Gorniak on the tackle for the Mariners in the middle there. Devin plays the tackle position for the Mariners. He's a senior. Walker comes in.
4th and 4 from the 39.
There's another 4th down, Craig, about the same spot of the field.
Yeah. Got to get a rush. Quarterback.
Keeper.
There we
go.
go.
Nice job. Headley, number 58, again, got into the backfield and was just able to stall that running play, that quarterback keep option. Tackle number 14. Bryce Blazing for a loss there on a critical 4th down.
My guess, Jesse, is Coach Jim Sparks is probably thinking coming into this game, nothing's worked against Marine City in all the years we played them. We got to do something different, be aggressive, and I can't really say I disagree with him.
Yeah, you can't take those he's using those 4th downs to his advantage, using it for a play rather than punting it, because he knows
they can move the ball.
Yeah, we just had a 67-yard run for touchdown, so it's right now field possession has not been a factor in where Mariners start their drive from.
1st and 10 for the Mariners from the 44-yard line. Man in motion this time, Kretschmar. Pass play across the middle.
Wide open, 32, Soph.
Soph, 10-5, touchdown, Aaron Soph, one play. 56 yards on a pass play. Perfect pass, Colby Walker to the junior Aaron Soph out of the backfield. Here's a replay on this one.
I tell you what, the only guy that had a chance to cover him was the guy that was on Wes Ubliger right here, and watch him. As soon as he gets the ball.
Comes out, look at him, come out of there. Yep. Nobody followed him.
Now watch number 6 here. Even though the ball's not to him, he gets inside of his defender. And look at this. He actually, that's a great downfield block. Stays in front of him, keeps his head in front of him. Soph gets a touchdown.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
And Colby Walker put it right where he had to put it. 13 zip, Marine City on top, 4:53.
Free release from the backfield. Excellent play call by the Marine City Mariners there.
Houston for the kick. A little high in the snap. Looks good from here. 14 zip, Mariners on top. Just like we talked about, giving the Mariners the ball up at the 44-yard line didn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah, not punting did not penalize the Mariners at all. The field position played absolutely no role in that.
But in typical Mariner fashion, I think we're just a little bit overmatching the Trojans.
If not by, I think physically as well also, but also by coaching. These coaches are very smart, and a lot of plays that are stalled out that you don't think they gain anything from, they gain a lot because they're seeing how the secondary line reacts. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I've made comment many times over the years. When you win 92% of your games, there's no questioning the coaches and what they're calling. It's like a chess game. You may be putting a certain play in to see what happens, so next time you play it, how to line them up.
Yep.
They might have seen something in the prior set of downs that they're not following somebody come out of the backfield.
Yep, exactly right.
And with today's technology, they've got a video camera up top that Paul Carbone's operating. They've got iPads on the sidelines, and they're seeing stuff immediately when the offense comes off the field. They're over here watching on an iPad. Kick goes to about the 15, fielded by number 13, Perry. Up the middle. Ooh, gets hammered at about the 26-yard line.
Headley. Nope, 63, Gorniak was in on the tackle.
A little more explanation in that. So what's happening is something happens on the Mariner offense, whether it being stopped or something. They're coming over here to the sideline, looking at the iPad, slowing it down and seeing where the breakdowns are or what way they're blocking. In years past, they might have looked to a player and said, how are they blocking? And the player would have to tell them something. There's a look at the iPads. So instead of taking the word of somebody telling you, you now have it in real time of what happened. So
very
technology,
nice tool to have.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line for the Trojans. Blazing from the gun. Handoff. No, keeper. Does a nice job pulling it back. Doesn't give very far.
Stick by the Mariner.
Couple yards.
Who's on there? Tiger on an awesome tackle by the Mariners. Got his shoulder in, just drove him backwards, up and through, just like they practice every week.
I think Uplager and Landis were there as well.
Great cleanup by the Mariners. We like to see plays like that. You see all those Mariners, boy, they were fired up. That's just a great defensive tackle right there.
2nd and 7. Give him 3. Up the middle, going to give him about 3 more, up to about the 35-yard line to bring up a 3rd and
Brought down by number 59, Trevor
3rd
Knox.
and 2.
And 59, Trevor Knox on the tackle there, along with a couple of the defensive linemen by the Mariners. Doing a good job of not giving up those big plays.
Got 2 split out to the near side in front of us, 1 to the far side. 2 slots up the middle. Whoa, nothing there. I think he lost a yard.
Number 19 there on the carry.
Bring up a 4th and 3.
That was just a monster hit by the defensive line again.
They're going to give him a foot. I don't know where he got the foot, but
maybe a foot for effort. He hit the line pretty good, but he didn't go anywhere.
No, he didn't go anywhere. 4th and they're saying 1. It's a 4th and about 4 feet.
For a breather there for the Mariners defense.
They're going to try a slant, quick slant like they did last time. No, he's going to pooch it. With no return, that's a pretty good punt.
Yeah.
It's going to roll. Mariners will take over 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line with a nice stop on the defense.
It wasn't a bad punt in that situation, Craig. I guess you're less than midfield, so you can line up in that same formation like you're going for it, and then you pooch it. So it was a good punt.
You can be a referee. In fact, we need you to get out there and be a referee now more than ever. Nationally, there's a shortage of people willing to work these kids' games, and they are just kids' games. So if you love the sports and kids, register today at mhsaa.com. And if you're unable to get out there, please respect the efforts of those who can. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting value and values of educational athletes.
Mariners start their own
from the 16. Yep.
Keeper right up the middle.
Left side, nice cut. Kretschmar, 25, still going at the 30. Finally taken down at about the 33. Chains will move, pick up about 17 on the play.
Drake had a lead blocker there, just got just a touch out in front of him, had to bump him out of the way, and got another 6 or 7 yards after contact from the Trojans.
Jack Kretschmar, exciting to watch. The other thing I like about watching Jack Kretschmar is I can tell by his body English when he carried the ball.
Yeah.
He is all over the place.
It's an excellent job of the Mariners so far on the offensive line here, giving Jack those holes to run through.
1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. Full house backfield for the Mariners. Unbalanced to the near side. Colby Walker, hands off. Left side. Give about 2 more. Barunda on the carry. Barunda came on and Kretschmar came off. 2nd and 8.
Nick coming in there, get a couple carries early on in this game.
Defensive coaches are now down watching the iPads and watching what goes on defense. 2nd and 8 from the 35. First guy through.
Nick again.
Barunda,
break it open.
Cross midfield,
Boy,
taken down to about the 44-yard line.
I tell you, Nick, that's good to see. They just keep that ball covered up as if they don't even have it, not break the ball and just keep driving. He probably got 6, 7 yards after contact there.
That's what a 22-yard pickup on the play.
Nick, also known as Little Brother by a lot of his teammates.
From the 43, 1st and 10. Soph cuts back, picks up 10, maybe more, 15, 20, man, inside the 20-yard line, taken out at about the 15.
Finally brought down by Nick Oda and Emerald Moore there for the Trojans on the far sideline. Well, he broke a couple tackles there. Comes here, so he gets the handoff and he cuts outside here. So there's 1, 2, 3, gets away from 21. 9 catches back up with him, 4, and then finally knocked out of bounds by number 5 there.
30-yard run by Soph. He's got to get almost close to 100 yards already.
Couple big chunk plays there.
Yep. From the 14, left side. Boy, he's carrying him with him inside the 10 to about the 5. Be a second and about 1, maybe 2. Yep. Got a first down, first and goal from the 5. Timeout Clawson.
It doesn't seem like Clawson has an answer from Marine City's offense. They're just basically going chunk plays at will here.
55.4 ticks left in the first. Keep up with everything on MHSAA on social media. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, and high school sports news from all around the state. Who are those guys up there? It's the best way to connect with the MHSAA every day. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. So let's look up over there where the camera is.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
So the
guys are like little wizards down there with the camera, aren't they?
Yep, yep.
Guys do a good job.
Second game of the week for CTV6. They did the St. Clair game last night, which was a marathon 2 hours, 45-minute game with over 100 points scored.
That long a game with that many points, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Is there a running clock even in playoffs?
If you're 35 points or more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told Paul I guarantee him this one wouldn't last as long.
What was your guarantee?
That it wouldn't last. That it wouldn't last 245. I don't think we've had a game that long. We haven't this year.
That's a long game with a lot of points scored.
Second and goal from the 2. Power I, the deep man, Petsalis.
Kretschmar on the
He's going to carry him
Carried
in.
him right in there, sure did.
Angelo Petsalis 2 yards out, 20 to zip. Marine City on top. There's the cannon. Got a little water droplets on the camera, I think there. A little shadowing to the right. Angus Houston to attempt the point after. There's
He
the
had
replay.
contact about the 3-yard
Yep.
line, just kept them legs a-churning, carried right into the end zone for a touchdown. Great work. Houston placing his tee there, getting ready for the point after.
I got to believe when the Sunday selection show went on last week, Clawson's excited to make the playoffs for the 10th time in 20 years, but you know they didn't want to see Marine City on the schedule for the first game.
Well, you know, the beginning of that game, boy, it was close. It was, you know, who's going to flinch first. I mean, it wasn't clean by Marine City by any means. So, you knew what Marine City was capable of. They come out and play clean like this, and this is exactly the beginning of the game that I expected from the Mariners.
Point after. Looks good from here, and we're on top, 21-0. Not even done with the first quarter. CTV, Marine City, St. Clair from Mariner Field.
Many of the talented people you see on the field today have bright futures, especially if they pursue a career in
With the way that the bracket works this year and the way that the Mariners got seated with the Detroit teams, you really avoided the local North teams until later on if you're able to stay alive. There's a rematch next week of Elmont-Frankenmuth. We played Frankenmuth in the district final, and last year Frankenmuth beat Elmont on a kickoff, I believe, in the final minute of play.
Ran it back.
Ran it back, and I have a feeling that Frankenmuth's going to remember that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Although,
you know, and on this side, you're thinking, boy, why would they kick to him?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, but you know, from Elmont's point of view, they probably thought they'd pin him back. I think there was less than a minute left.
Yeah.
And they thought, you know what, we'll just pin him back.
And Elmont had just scored.
Yeah, to go ahead. Yeah, with less than a minute left in the fourth. So.
High school football at its finest.
You know, and that whoever was returning the kicks there for Frankenmuth last year, like when we played them, we didn't necessarily set them up, but he was a slippery. He was a slippery back, and he would get going, and they ran one back on us. You know, and it was kind of a sloppy play, but he still did it, and well, you could see how it would happen.
What's the issue here? I didn't see.
15-yard penalty. I didn't see what happened. They're announcing unsportsmanlike conduct, 15-yarder.
They called one in college today against a kid from Maryland, had just scored a touchdown, like a 60-yard run play. He went and high-fived somebody in the stands, and they called unsportsmanlike celebration, which I thought, you're kidding me. Kick field at about the 35-yard line.
He's down on the ground, yeah.
Picks up a couple yards. We'll take over at the 42-yard line.
The last game, Craig, there was 2 or 3 fumbled or bobbled kickoffs by the Trojans there. One of them, I think, we recovered. Especially when you kick it short like that. They have a hard time running up and fielding the ball like that.
Still raining a little bit. That's where our temperature is. Still at 41. Beautiful conditions, huh?
It's actually not too bad.
Not too bad from our standpoint, right. 1st and 10 from the 42 for the Trojans. Up the middle.
Number 9.
Butler on the carry, give him about 4 yards.
In on the tackle, Mason Walker, number 10 for the Mariners. Got a few more black jerseys on the sideline there, Craig. Some kids that came up from the JV, finished their season up last week, so they come up and practice and get a little varsity experience.
Under a minute to play here, as you can see. And up the middle.
Number 9 again.
Maybe a yard, bring up a 3rd and about 5.
Like Tristan Johns, number 22, stood him up there good at the line.
Got another penalty marker down.
It's like they're throwing another personal foul.
Not going to play well with the coaches. End of 1, 21-0 Marine City.
At St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC, you're just 15 minutes away from a great car buying experience.
With award-winning customer satisfaction. There's a great selection and you always get the best price.
Lease a Silverado 4x4 for $129 a month. Well-equipped Equinox, $145 a month. Even a Trax, $149 a month.
We need your trade-in, so we'll give you top dollar for it.
Because we really do care in St. Clair. Exit 257 off I-94.
Special thank you to our sponsors, St. Clair Chevrolet. 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
I didn't see what the unsportsmanlike was for there, Craig. I don't know if you did or not, but it was they made a good stop on a 3rd down. Referees called an unsportsmanlike penalty on the Mariners, and here we are, 1st down.
Did you watch the Michigan State game last week?
Did not.
I thought that the officials, and I thought for both teams, that they called a few too many unsportsmanlike penalties against both teams when it's a rivalry game and a little shoving and pushing goes on anyway. I wouldn't call those.
No, this is some of the things that went on before the game.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just like, you know what I mean, psychological stuff.
Right.
I'm not sure you penalize somebody. Not that the $10,000 really hurt, but I guess it's principle. That's what happens.
1st and 10 from the 37.
Number 9.
Right side.
Not much there for number 9.
Butler. Give him a yard. Yeah, about a yard. 2nd and 9.
Down by number 21, Wyatt Walker for the Mariners. Wyatt plays a defensive linebacker position. He's a freshman. One of the 3 freshmen.
One
on
of
the
the
team
Walker triplets, as I would refer them. You got Wyatt's a freshman, Mason's a sophomore, and Colby's a junior.
Good group of kids there. Good kids, come from a good family. All very personable, very polite.
2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line from the shotgun. False, little bad handled snap, broken play. Gets back to about the line of scrimmage, bring up about a 3rd and 9.
It's a Number 11 there for the Mariners, having trouble getting up. Jaden Heslop.
3rd and 9.
He had a beeline there on the quarterback. I don't know if he just got twisted up the wrong way, or it's like number 54 comes in to relieve him. Vinny Gatan for the Mariners.
3rd and 9.
Well, he didn't have much time there. He fumbled that snap, and he got past the 2 defensive ends, which were closing rapidly, and then he had the defensive line to deal with.
Got trips to the near side in front of us, 1 to the far side. Single man in the backfield, Butler. Snap, pass play, looking deep. No, incomplete. Bring up 4th and 9.
Intended for number 2 there, Grant Nagilski. He's come out of there a little hot.
4th down and 9 at the Mariners 36-yard
You almost see the trips this side, even though the short side, Craig almost called, you know, a little screen pass. That's this kind of their.
I think,
their
you
MO.
know, Blazing's a pretty decent athlete. He probably isn't too much of a running threat, but that would buy him a little bit if he was, you know, a threat to move the ball.
He does all right when he pulls it out on the keeper.
Right.
But again, I think that's set up by number 9. You know what kind of running game they've already got established in the game.
Butler, single man in the backfield. Pass play, looking deep.
The outside.
They're going to say he caught it inbound.
And a
What's
flag.
a penalty? What's that for? Late hit?
Probably what they're going to call.
Well, what's he supposed to do when he catches it? Let's see a replay on that.
Apparently, if you're heading out of bounds, you can't touch him.
Let's see the replay.
So he gets it. I think he's got at least 1 or 2 steps in bounds. So,
well, I mean, that's one of those things. What's a kid supposed to do?
They're
both moving.
Puts nice air under it. There it is.
Well, he didn't even push him. He sort of grabbed him.
Right, and he didn't fall on top of him. He didn't
No.
drive his shoulder in him. He didn't do anything that you would think would be unsportsmanlike.
I think some of these plays are like not just high school but college too. It's like some of these. What is the player supposed to do when he's in hot pursuit, running after him? There's not much more he could have done.
Well, that's what always intrigues me when you see a quarterback running, right, and they're going to try to get the first down and they slide,
right,
and they hold up. But what happens when in the game and all of a sudden the quarterback decides he's not going to slide or he's going to put his head down? Well, then to me it's fair
Free
game from that game on.
1st and goal from the 7 for the Trojans. I saw one of those. Must have been in the pros. I don't watch the pros much, but there was a play about 3 weeks ago where, a guy, he hit helmet to helmet because the runner put his head down a little bit. I don't know what the defensive guy could possibly do to change that.
Right.
You can't call every one of them targeting. From the 7, 1st down and goal. Pass play, no, incomplete.
Let's see here.
Good coverage.
Yeah, it was very good coverage there. Oliver Todd was able to knock it down right before it got to the intended receiver. It's like number 7, Jack Kretschmar, the defensive side of the ball there for the Mariners. Yeah, you've almost, I don't know if it's you or not, but it seems like I've seen more helmet-to-helmet or player ejections in college than I have pro.
Yeah.
And even a lot of those are, you kind of look at them and say, well, they could go either way. You don't really agree with
Well,
them.
there's some that definitely when a defensive guy puts his head down and, hits a guy in the head, you shouldn't do that. 2nd and goal from the 7. Blazing. Throwing deep.
All
the
kinds of heat
fade.
on him.
Almost intercepted.
Swatted away again. Good coverage by number 7, Jack Kretschmar over there. Where Blazing had, let's see, 21. You got Headley and also number 21, Wyatt Walker in his face. He was in a big hurry to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, that's his problem. Time is not on his side. Mariner defensive line dominating the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal from the 7. Quarterback looked like he shrugged his shoulder to the coach. One right, 2 left. Man in the backfield. Got a slot man.
We'll keep it. We'll dump
Oh,
it.
nice hit. Nice
Wow.
hit.
Number 1, Charles
Wow.
Tiger came up and made contact.
See a replay on that one.
Well, that was just great. I
What
think
a
he
play.
met his legs right about the time the ball was getting there. He just wasn't able to secure the ball.
See if we get a replay on that one.
You know what? Even though the Blazing had people
Watch
in his
this.
face
Watch
that time.
this.
Yeah.
Boom. Looked like he's going to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Nice hit. Timeout. Clawson with 10:08 left in the half. with a 4th and goal from the 7.
Again, good penetration by the defensive line there for the Mariners. And that was actually a decent pass, you know, given the amount of pressure Blazing had in his face there by the Mariner defense.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they hear and they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Fans, stay in your lane. Let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. We'll stop in the action here with a timeout. 4th and goal from the 7. Mariner defense here, Jesse, has been pretty darn stout.
Absolutely, very good.
They've given up a couple first downs, and I have a feeling coach is over there asking the official about the 15-yard penalty.
Multiple, probably. Penalties, plural, more than one.
I think Coach Frent was probably telling his kids, do what you've been doing. Play like you're playing.
Yeah, because I don't think they're doing anything that, you know, that warrants.
One man to the far side, 3 trips to the left. Quarterback, Blazing, along with Butler next to him. Throws, incomplete. Mariners take over 1st and 10.
Boy, he had him open too. That was a good route and a good pass. He just threw it right behind him.
Another Mariners stop on the defense.
Another big 4th down stop there for the Mariners. Another goal line.
4 tries from the 7. I'd like to see at halftime if we can get any charts of these. There's been 2 possessions where they didn't get any yards. They only had the one pass they had yardage on, and from there they didn't. It was a penalty. Yeah. Mariners will take over 1st and 10 from the 7. Let's see what Colby Walker and the offense can do here.
10:04 left here in the 2nd quarter.
93 yards in front of him. Deepest Mariners been in the territory. Defense did him a favor. Got a false start offense will go half the no, they're saying defense.
Yeah, the defense jumped, encroachment. I think they crossed into the neutral zone.
That's sort of a no-no when you got a team at the 7-yard line. Rain still coming down.
We get all amped up trying to, you know, pin them back even further, and you make that mistake, you give them 5 yards of their advantage.
1st and 5 from the 12.
Wes Upliger here to the near side.
1 to the far side. Got 2 split out wide to the far side. Man in motion. Kretschmar. I have no idea what happened.
He got sacked, I think. He stepped up into the pocket. Coverage wasn't there. He had nothing to do but tuck it down and hang on to it. Boy, West took an outside release on that, and there's really nobody over the middle there to catch him. I got to imagine if I'm the Mariners scouting, I watch that. You know, you get that kid used to that outside release.
Right.
You run a slant to the inside, you're wide open. You make the catch.
Making it 2nd down and 10.
2nd and 10, loss of 5 on the play. Petsalis along with Uplegger and Kretschmar to the near side. Slot receiver to the right. Colby Walker throwing it up deep. Little hold there, it looked like.
Yeah. Number held up good by number 9 there. It's like Wes was headed upfield, tied up by number 9, Jacob Butler.
3rd and 10.
For the Mariners at their own 7-yard line.
Mariners just got to keep doing what they're doing here. You know, they're not going to be in any favors of any calls, I don't think, this game. So just keep executing, keeping your head down.
Single man in the backfield. Sofa on the carry. Give him about 5, bring up a 4th. Give him 4, 4th and 6.
I think they're about the 12-yard line. I'm going to assume they're going to elect the punt here.
Be the first stop by the Trojan defense.
Back deep for the Trojans, T.J. Vernier.
Soph lined up at about the 3.
Again, Trojans could bobble it.
Good snap. High kick.
Wow, good pick.
Over his head. Fair catch at about the 45-yard line.
Excellent
nice kick.
Very nice.
Real good kick. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, just south of midfield. Week number 10. Mariners are on top, as you can see there, 21 zip. Winner here tonight, as we talked about, goes on to play Harper Woods next weekend. The Mariners are able to prevail. I would be thinking that it'll probably be another Saturday night 7 p.m. game.
I would assume so. Give that extra day. Give 7 days from now to prepare.
St. Clair will be home as well. They'll probably choose Friday again. From the 45-yard line, Nagurski near side, got one to the far side. Man in motion. Rolling.
Boy, just
got back to about the line of scrimmage.
Headley had him for about a
Werner.
Headley had him for about a 4-yard loss. He just slipped out of that. Yeah. Good pursuit, good execution there by the Marine City defense there.
Mason Beal on the stop.
Well, you can see the energy there in that defense. They know they're clicking on all cylinders right now. Yeah. Everybody's fired up. Everybody's flying to the ball. That's just a good look for guys in black out there.
2nd and 10 from the 45. Blazing from the gun. 2 slots. Hands off number 9. Give him about 3. That's Butler on the carry.
Number 21 from Marine City in on the tackle, Wyatt Walker. Plays a defensive linebacker position.
Wyatt's a freshman. 21.
Plays alongside of his brother, Mason, who's a sophomore.
That's pretty darn impressive.
I was gonna say,
that is pretty.
How cool is that? How many people get to say, hey, I played varsity football with my brother. We were the
9th and 10th graders.
Yeah, we were linebackers.
I don't know that we've ever seen that. So that is pretty cool. 3rd and 7 from the 48-yard line. Rain coming down here at East China Stadium. Caught by number 13, Tristan Perry. It'll be 1st and 10 at about the 41.
Completed to number 13, Tristan Perry. Brought down by number 10, Mason Walker. 1st down and 10 for the Trojans at the Mariners 41-yard line.
Chains will move. 1st and 10 from the 41.
I think Barunda and Derek Landis come off the field for the Mariners.
The only thing cooler about having your brother play linebacker position with you is your other brother's quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Still going up the gut for about 10 yards.
Number 9, Jacob Butler on the carry.
Shot out of a cannon on that one. Kretschmer on the stop.
They're trying a little hurry up offense here. I see a little added sense of urgency there by the Trojans.
2nd and about a foot. Quarterback snap, bad snap. Lands on it, loses about 10 yards.
Headley there on top.
That's how fast your good field position and your 2nd and 1 goes. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Again, a pursuit by the linebackers and the defensive line, but the Mariners, you bobble that ball, there's no time to waste at all.
Penalty marker.
A flag.
Jeez. Here's my guess. Here's my guess, okay? Quarterback is pretty dejected after a play like that. Probably swore.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could have been, right?
Yeah, I don't know. That's like the third. That's the 3rd penalty we've seen, and nothing, visually that we've seen that has warranted it. Now, granted, there might have been some words down there. Everybody's all charged up, but.
So
we saw a couple
from
personal fouls in the first game against them by a couple of their players.
From 2nd and a foot to 3rd and 25. How tough is that, huh?
That's a very costly penalty. And any penalties are costly, but those are ones you don't need those at all.
Blazing gets back up.
Punt.
He's going to Is it third down?
He
Yeah,
was,
kicked
too.
it on third down.
Yeah.
Never-
Pinned the Mariners back on the 10-yard line.
Wait a minute. That's third down, right?
I believe so.
Everybody's up here. The coach,
Their chain said third down, and
well, I mean, I don't know. Something I've never seen before.
yeah, that was silly. You start off the whole first quarter like going for fourth, and then you punt on third. That doesn't make any sense. Somebody had to be on the wrong page down there.
Wow.
The stick said third. I don't think he was wrong.
First down and 10 for the Mariners at their own 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's
Well, if you're trying
Bill
to
Duro.
if you're trying to catch the Mariners by surprise, you did it.
Well, all for nothing though. I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand what you do.
that's
that
an
for.
extra down. First and 10 from the 9 for the Mariners. There we go. Kretschmar up to about the 19-yard line, close to a first down.
Good sidestep in there.
Number 13, Kristen Perry on the tackle.
I've never seen that. That's strange.
Second and 1. at the
Second and
Mariners'
1.
19-yard line.
That'll be one for the ages. We'll have to ask that after the game. I've never seen that. Unless they thought it was fourth.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody,
From
I
the
got to imagine
18.
somebody wasn't on the same page over there.
Left side,
Nothing much there.
maybe a first down. Pretty darn close. The referee looks like they're
Well,
going to
there's a
signal first
lineman.
down.
They're saying that was first down there too, right? See the stick?
Number 7, Jack Kretschmar.
Now it's first down. So I don't know if he's.
Number 55, Kendall Simpson with the tackle. First down and 10 at the Mariners'
Got a
20-yard line.
penalty marker down. No?
Nope, just dropped it.
Okay. Here we are, first and 10 from the 20. There we go. Full house backfield for the Mariners. Left side, not
Driven back.
much.
Nope. You blow the whistle or? Wow.
Aaron Soph on the carry, stopped originally by number 9, Jacob Butler.
Brought down by number 9, Jacob Butler, and number
Yeah, man. I mean, that's unfortunately that's how kids get hurt. You know, the forward progress was certainly stopped, and they just keep running them backwards. We don't need that this time of the year.
second and 13.
Wyatt Walker, number 10, comes up. Mason, rather, for the Mariners. Get a breather there on Marine City.
Second and 13. Man in motion, Kretschmar.
There's not much there.
No, lost a couple.
And number 2, Emerald Moore there. Boy, did a good job of driving his offensive defender there off, driving him back there.
Up third and about 19.
Shedding him and catching Jack Kretschmar in the backfield for a loss.
I'm going to say third and 18. Mason Walker comes in. Wes Uplager comes off from the 12-yard line. 3 minutes left to play in the half. Walker throws, intercepted. Oh, it's the tipped one.
Yeah.
Intended for Mason Walker. He tipped it. They caught it. First interception of the game for Clawson.
We almost got it there. Almost threw it right over top of those defenders. Right
Not a
in
bad thrown ball, really.
Just tipped, and that's
See a replay here.
That's what happens sometimes.
Mason had his hand on it.
There's pressure. He stepped up in the pocket. Throws it, got tipped.
Right there.
There's triple coverage. But he was open.
Yep. First and 10, Clawson from the 22-yard line.
3 minutes, hoping to get on the board here in the first half. Mariner defense comes out, and they just have to keep doing what they're doing.
Bryce Blazing from the shotgun. Butler lines up next to him, as does Nate Vesper for a two-man backfield. Throws it up long. They're going to say caught inside the 5 at about the 3. I tell you, they're really close on those ones. I mean, they were
Sure.
good, nice pass. It was right at the out of bounds marker.
No flag, though, at that point.
First and goal. Blazing put it right on the money.
It's a nice pass.
Yeah.
Put nice air under it. Allowed his receiver to catch it and apparently get at least 1 foot in bounds there.
First and goal from the 3. They've been here before. They'll take it under center and going to try to sneak it.
He is. I don't see a signal yet by
The
the.
only signal is the Clawson line.
Boy, he looked like he fell across the line, but maybe his knee went down before he crossed it.
It's going to be second and goal from the 1.
Second and goal at the Mariner 1-yard line.
See if Blazing lines up underneath or goes at shotgun. That's the only play from scrimmage he's gone under center.
If you're going to run up the middle, I don't know why he wouldn't. You know what I mean? He's going to go under center.
He's going to do it again. Gonna rush him.
Snuck
Think he got in that time. Clawson on the board, 2:31 in the half. 21-6.
Hey, he just sidestepped that center last time. Was able just to get enough to get across that line.
It's tough to keep anybody out. There's a replay. Goes just to the side of the center.
Number 16, Nate Vesper to kick.
Nate Vesper to kick the point after. Blazing, the quarterback, is the holder. Whistle blows. False start, offense.
The Trojans.
That'll move it back. How crazy would it be if he missed now?
Yeah, I haven't. We haven't seen him kick. Maybe once at the very end of the game last time we played him, and I don't recall what kind of leg the kid had.
They didn't score because they got 8 against us, and they got a safety on us.
Right. So they scored, and they didn't kick the extra point or whatever. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
It wasn't if they went for 2 or whatever. I don't know what they did.
No good on this one.
Not going to quite have the distance. What a wide right.
To the right. Score remains hometown Mariners 21-6 for the Trojans of Clawson. Station identification CTV, Marine City, St. Clair, Saturday night,
Use OK to save the confidentiality.
October 27th.
Safety of others. Submit a tip by phone, text, email, ask on your iPhone.
At 2:31 left in the half.
Use OK to save.
And the Trojans capitalize on the turnover by the Mariners.
Basically, you know, even if they punted on that 3rd down, Craig, you know, it was 2 basically stalled offensive series by the Mariners, which allowed them to gain that field position. Then they go down and score. So
I still don't agree with it.
yeah, I don't agree either. That's
Mariners had not done anything in the last 2 possessions deep in the territory. See if they kick deep.
And I noticed earlier they're putting some of their non-starters, right? The Barunda, and I don't know who else they were putting there in the backfield. So I don't know if they started to get away to get some experience for those kids early on, or if the Trojans defense just made an adjustment to stall them a little bit. I think they'll probably kick deep again. They haven't been burned by it yet, so.
Right. Let's see. Here we go. Oh,
still got time, yeah.
I think it's coming on
the
near side.
Here we go.
In front of us.
Cut up.
Up
There
the
you go.
gut.
Keep
40, taken down at about the 40-yard line. Nice return by number 1, Charles Tiger.
Number 56 for the Trojans, Dante Carl Simo. That's what we're going to go with. Carl Simo. Tackle for the Trojans.
Carlissimo.
Carlissimo.
I remember that name.
Yeah. Did I butcher that one last game too?
Yeah.
At least I'm consistent.
I can remember the name because a gentleman by the name of Don Carlissimo used to own the Cherry Beach Inn back in the day. Probably
From
before
south of
your
Marine
day.
City?
Yeah. Way back in the day. 1st and 10 Mariners. Colby Walker under center.
Somewhat of a bobble snap.
Off the
but,
gut. Kretschmar gets
Kretschmar
across.
still got the handoff.
Give him about 5 or 6 on the play.
Wasn't a crisp handoff there. I don't know if Colby just didn't quite get his hands on it from the center, but Mariners come away with positive yardage on the play.
2nd and 4, just south of the 45-yard line. Call it 44. 46, I'm sorry. Man in motion. Petsalis, quarterback keeper. Not much.
Much there. The number 16 for Clawson was right in the backfield. Nate Vesper. I don't know if Colby's supposed to go outside there, but he was right there, and he had to turn it up in. There was just no place to go there for him on the interior of the offensive line.
3rd and 4 at the Mariner 46.
3rd and 4.
3rd and 4 from the 46.
5 or 6 guys in the box there for the defense, just stacking them right up. Not quite the first down there.
Aaron Soph going to bring up 4th and about a yard.
Like number 62, Jack Styberski for the Trojans and a tackle. That's a big kid right there.
4th and 1 at the 49.
Got a timeout. Marine City, 1:10 left. 4th and 1.
Jack Styberski is a senior. He's listed at 6'1", 380, Craig. That's a big kid right there.
Yeah. What? Say that again.
Jack Styberski, number 62,
Yeah.
listed as a senior, 6'1", 380. Defensive line, offensive line.
Yeah, big boy. I don't know if there's going to be a halftime show or not. Absence of the band, they usually line up at the other end, but I don't see them down there, so we'll see here. 4th and 1 from the 49-yard line.
1 minute here in the half.
Craig Zimmerman, Jesse LeBoon, game of the week, week number 10 playoffs. Winner goes on to play Harper Woods next week. Loser calls at the end of the season.
4th and 1 at the 49.
Looks like they're going to punt this.
Team on.
Nobody back deep for the Trojans.
Playing a fake. Got a timeout.
13's going to drop back.
Timeout.
Marine City, their second.
If you're not going to drop anybody deep, Craig, I'm pretty sure I would. I'd put Colby Walker in there to punt the ball.
There you go.
Line him up deep and just get a free release and have at it.
See what happens with it.
Yeah, you're at midfield.
Yeah.
If you're not going to drop anybody deep, I would try it. But
That's why we're up here, right?
yep. I'm sure they've got craftier techniques down there, but the principle's the same.
You have all your athletes' needs covered. Choose wisely. Choose fair.
Minute 10 left in the half. You can see 4th and 1. You can see right in front of us here at the 49. Just need to get to midfield.
A little lighter than normal Mariner crowd here.
Yeah,
The crummy weather.
Yep.
At the Mariner 49-yard line.
Probably figured you guys on Channel 6 CTV do such
Yeah,
a good job. They'll just stay home and
exactly.
watch it tonight.
Left
Kretschmar.
side, Kretschmar. He gets a whole lot more. 40. Taken down at about the 39. Chains will move. Clocks will stop.
Jumped right over there. Tristan Perry, number 13 for the Trojans, picked up an extra 2 or 3 yards there.
Got to go on their 1-minute offense now. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Man in motion, Petsalis.
Got a flag down. I'm not sure what for. Illegal shift.
1 minute left exactly.
Boy, blew the whistle. The chains weren't set, and they ran their offensive play. That's strange.
Yeah.
And they certainly had a man in motion, but I'm not sure what constitutes the illegal shift out of that.
15 at the Trojans' 44-yard line.
Didn't look like anything out of the ordinary. So it'll be a 1st and 15 from the 44. Well, the benefit is the clock is stopped. No, it's not.
But you've got 3 downs. 1 minute, plenty of time.
Petsalis will come out to the near side in front of us.
joined by number 10, Wyatt Walker. Mason Walker. Sorry, Mason.
Colby Walker rolling, throwing deep.
Boy, he
got him.
Oh! In and out of the hands of number 2, Pat Salas.
Wow, that was a nice thrown ball.
Yeah. Almost too good. He had that defender beat by 4 or 5 yards, no problem.
It's real wet out too, so you really got to give it to Angelo. I mean, it's pretty wet out there. But boy, is that a
Good
nice
effort.
ball.
Boy, good route. Had his guy burnt. Yeah.
See if you got a replay on that or not. That was a nice ball, wide open. Cold 41 and wet.
Colby did a good job of stepping up, putting some air underneath that ball, and just didn't complete the pass. But
Wes Uplegger will be split out in front of us here.
we're going to take another shot, I would think, here, Craig, with 36 seconds left.
Pat Salas as well, split out to the near side on the right. Looking across the other side. Incomplete. Clock will stop.
Oh, and there's a flag there.
That didn't look like a lot to me. Let's see a replay.
I tell you what. Actually, I thought it was a well-played ball by number 2. You know, hands up, his back to the ball. He was just in his face.
See if you get a replay on it. I didn't see much
anything
there.
that warranted. Unless they pull something extremely odd and call it offensive. It was actually, it was well defended, I thought.
It's an automatic first down. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, they called it against.
Yep.
Offset penalties.
Offset. What? I've never heard of offset penalties on a pass interference.
You both get penalized for not catching it.
Bring up a 3rd and 15 from the 44.
Well, you burned up about 7 seconds, so I think you run, maybe take another shot at the end zone.
15 at the Trojan 44-yard line.
You know what, Craig? You might try a run play here, call timeout. You got 1 shot at the end zone. We'll see what they play here.
Man in motion, Kretschmar. Pass play caught.
Soph on the outside.
30, got to get
guy
out of bounds.
beat.
No, he's going to score. Aaron Soph. No, at about the 4-yard line. First and goal.
They call him out of bounds?
No.
Well, the clock's going to stop anyway, but.
First and goal, Aaron Soph goes about 40 yards.
Taken out of bounds by number 21, TJ Werner for the Trojans.
Here's a replay. Look at that. Nice job.
Lots of green in front of him. Good job by Jack right there, holding up number 55.
I thought it was going to be a case of having to get out of bounds, but he played it right. Goes to the 4-yard line.
Up and he ran to green where he saw it. Plenty of timeouts left.
Is this a timeout or did they down it?
Clawson
called timeout. So Mariners still have a timeout. 17.5 ticks before half. First and goal from the 4. Nice play. I mean,
it's not that big shot you're looking for the end zone, but you could, there's again the defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators
looking at what they're giving you, where they're playing you.
They're going to play us soft. We'll throw that little dump pass to the flat and let them work with it.
Well, we've got enough speed in the backfield, and Aaron Soph proves it. Yeah, who would have guessed, right? From the 4-yard line, man, you've got so many options.
And you've got a timeout left.
Yep. I always like the rolling quarterback with a couple options, the same side, deep, strong side, throwing side. And if he sees a hole, he can jump, just run.
See what offensive coordinator Coach Letson has up his sleeve here.
Here we go. First and goal from the 4, 17 seconds. Gonna roll, throws.
Backside, goes up and got it. I think he caught it.
I think it's intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone.
Took it right out of his hand. Looked like he had it, number 2. I think that's number 2. Yeah, number 2 looked like he had it there. Angelo Pat Salas deep at the end zone, just taken right out of his hands by the Trojans.
It's a victory of sorts for the Clawson defense. When you're knocking on the door, first and goal from the 4.
Yeah, again, been nice to have that extra 7 headed into halftime.
Yep, 21-6.
But Kobe had a couple options there.
Yep.
I thought he was going to the near guy who had his defender beat on the outside. You know, just that fade to that back corner of the end zone.
Problem with that scenario in hindsight, it's always hindsight, but in those situations, there's not a lot of property in between, so it's pretty tight. I mean, that's, you know, you've got the 14 yards, you've got a lot of bodies.
So Trojans down the ball, and we head into halftime. A scoring recap for you here. Jack Kretschmar started the scoring for the Mariners with a 67-yard run for a touchdown at 9:21 in the first quarter. The extra point by Angus Houston was good, leaving us at 7-0. Solf then added a 656-yard pass reception from Kobe Walker at 4:53 in the first to make it a 14-0 lead for the Mariners. Pat Salas added to that with a 2-yard run with 51 seconds left in the first. Angus Houston again added the extra point, 21-0. Then with 2:31 left in the second quarter, the quarterback Blazing scored on a quarterback sneak from the 1-yard line. Extra point for the Trojans was no good, resulting in a 21-6 score at halftime here at the Marine City. Game of the week, Channel 6.
We'll be back after the half.
St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware is open 7 days a week in the Riverview Plaza. Everything you need in hardware, from wiring, paint, tools, outdoor equipment, and even picnic and camping items. Check the specials on Valspar Paint and the Ace Hardware specials. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware also has a complete gift department with candles, outdoor furniture, grills, and much, much more. St. Clair Home Goods and Ace Hardware. Come to the Murphy Inn and enjoy the pub atmosphere or the dining room, which both offer a diner's menu. Murphy Inn offerings include the best pizza, burgers, ribs, steak, and fish around. Plus, there are great daily specials such as endless pasta, chicken, or fish and chips. Karaoke is every Wednesday and Saturday from 8 p.m. until midnight. Murphy Inn hosts live entertainment each Thursday and Friday from 8 until midnight. The Bernhuber family appreciates the opportunity to serve you at the Murphy Inn. Neiman's Family Market. Experience the Neiman's family difference. Fresh fruits and vegetables, where Michigan-grown products are featured daily. Local is more than what Neiman's sells. It's who they are. From Grandpa John's quality meats since 1952, featuring a complete meat and deli department, to Grandma Sophie's Bakery, to the Corner Cafe, even a complete pharmacy to serve you. That's what Neiman's Family Market is. Experience the Neiman family difference. North Star Bank is a true community bank whose loan approvals are made locally by bankers who live in our community, understanding your needs, and will meet face-to-face to discuss what's important to you. From opening accounts to recommending products and services, North Star Bank looks forward to sitting down with you and building a strong relationship to reach your financial goals. North Star Bank, guiding the way. Loans are subject to credit approval, equal housing lender, and member of FDIC.
At St. Clair Chevrolet Buick GMC, you're just 15 minutes away from a great car buying experience.
With award-winning customer satisfaction, there's a great selection and you always get the best price.
Lease a Silverado 4x4 for $129 a month. Well-equipped Equinox, $145 a month. Even a Trax, $149 a month.
We need your trade-in, so we'll give you top dollar for it.
Because we really do care in St. Clair. Exit 257 off I-94.